If you think men's fashion is only for the younger crowd, think again. This video is about to flip that belief on its head. The truth is, men over 50 can be the boldest, most elegant style icons in the room. Feeling like you don't belong in today's fashion conversation? That ends now. I'm going to show you how to turn your wardrobe into a weapon of confidence and charisma, not confusion and self-doubt. Stick around to the very end, because what you'll learn here might just change the way you see yourself and the way the world sees you. Understanding the fear. There's this unspoken pressure that creeps in as men hit their 50s, this idea that they're supposed to tone it down, that bold choices in men's fashion somehow belong to the younger crowd. Society whispers that elegance fades with age, like it has an expiration date. That kind of mindset creates a quiet fear, the fear of standing out for the wrong reasons. For many men over 50, style starts to feel like a risk, one that could leave them feeling out of place or even judged. But here's the thing, that fear? It's not yours. It was handed to you by a culture that doesn't understand the strength that comes with experience. A huge part of this fear is rooted in the misconception that style is something you outgrow. Flip through any fashion magazine and it's full of 20-somethings in tailored suits and sneakers that cost more than your first car. No wonder so many men over 50 feel like they've been left out of the conversation. But that's the trap. Men's fashion isn't about trends, it's about identity. And if anyone has earned the right to express themselves with elegance and purpose, it's men over 50. They're not behind the times, they've simply been told they are. The real roadblock isn't fashion. It's the fear of standing in front of the mirror and thinking, am I trying too hard? That fear can be paralyzing. But it's also built on a false idea that other people are watching and judging. The truth is, most people admire confidence. They admire a man who looks like he knows exactly who he is. And you know what communicates that? Great style. Men over 50 can walk into any room and own it, not by dressing younger, but by dressing sharper, with intention and presence. Let's be honest, sticking to the same 5 shirts and 2 pairs of jeans isn't always about comfort. Sometimes, it's about hiding. But why hide when you've spent 5 decades becoming the man you are today? Style isn't about chasing trends. It's about celebrating the life you've built, and that deserves more than tired clothes from a forgotten decade. Elegance isn't about youth. It's about awareness. Awareness of how to carry yourself, how to speak without words, how to lead without trying. So, when that old voice tells you, just keep it safe, ask yourself, safe from what? Growth? Confidence? Recognition? The fear of fashion over 50 is real, but it's also optional. And once you start questioning it, something powerful happens. Breaking down barriers. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop seeing style as something external and start seeing it as a language. Men's fashion isn't just fabric and colors, it's a tool for self-expression. And for men over 50, that expression carries depth, wisdom, and confidence that no 20-something can fake. Elegance isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Once you stop dressing to blend in and start dressing to stand out with purpose, style becomes empowering, not intimidating. Rewriting the story starts with embracing your individuality. You don't have to follow trends or mimic younger styles to be relevant. What makes a man over 50 magnetic isn't how well he copies others, it's how well he owns his own image. Maybe you've got a love for vintage watches, or maybe your signature is a crisp white shirt with selvage denim. Lean into that. That's what real men's fashion is about, wearing pieces that reflect who you are, not who you're trying to be. And let's talk about something that many men secretly admire but hesitate to try, taking style risks. Risks like trying a leather jacket with clean tailoring, or swapping those beat-up sneakers for loafers in a bold color. These small choices can redefine your presence without screaming for attention. Don't wait for permission. If you've always admired a certain look but thought it was too much, it might be exactly what you need to break free from outdated limits. Elegance evolves when you're brave enough to explore. Remember, the goal here isn't to impress anyone, it's to impress yourself. When you put on something that makes you feel powerful, that energy follows you all day. That's not vanity, that's alignment. For men over 50, dressing well isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring maturity. It's a way to communicate, without words, that you're not done evolving. That you're just getting started. So here's a thought to carry with you. What if the rules you've been following are holding you back? What if style isn't about fitting in, but about breaking free? If you're starting to feel that itch to experiment, even just a little, you're already on the right path. Practical tips for fashion exploration. You don't need to overhaul your entire wardrobe overnight to elevate your style. In fact, the smartest approach is to start small. Try adding one unexpected piece to your usual look, a patterned pocket square, a suede belt in a rich burgundy, or even a pair of minimalist sneakers with a modern cut. These small details speak volumes. For men over 50, these subtle shifts can bring a fresh energy without losing that sense of classic elegance. It's not about looking younger, it's about looking sharper. If you're not sure where to begin, start by collecting inspiration. Grab a copy of Esquire or GQ, but also browse Pinterest or Instagram accounts that cater specifically to men's fashion for mature men. Try searching hashtags like #gentlemanstyle or #menstyleover50. You'll find real guys pulling off looks that balance modernity and elegance effortlessly. Inspiration isn't about copying, it's about discovering new ways to express what already resonates with you. Another tip? Don't go it alone. You'd be surprised how helpful it can be to ask someone whose style you admire, whether it's a friend, your partner, or even your barber, for a second opinion. And if you're ready for the next level, consider booking a personal stylist for a one-time consultation. Many department stores offer this service for free or at a reasonable cost. For men over 50, a trained eye can help connect the dots between sophistication, comfort, and personality. Here's a fun idea to try. Pick one weekend to do a style challenge. Wear something outside your comfort zone every day. Maybe it's a leather bomber on Friday, a linen shirt on Saturday, and suede Chelsea boots on Sunday. Keep it fun and light. The goal isn't perfection, it's discovery. Fashion exploration should feel like play, not pressure. Because at this stage of life, you've earned the right to enjoy every bit of your self-expression. And if any part of you still wonders, yeah, but what if I get it wrong? Good. That means you're growing. Every man who ever developed great personal style started by trying something new and adjusting along the way. So don't aim for perfect. Aim for curious. Because once you start experimenting, something else starts to emerge. Finding your signature style. Finding your signature style isn't about following rules, it's about recognizing what already feels like you, and then turning up the volume. Think of it this way, some men gravitate toward timeless, classic looks, think navy blazers, crisp button-downs, leather loafers. Others lean modern, with clean lines and minimalism. And then there are those who feel at home in relaxed, casual layers. The key is to notice what makes you feel most aligned. For men over 50, it's not about chasing trends, it's about owning your presence with clarity and confidence. Experimentation is your best friend here. Try different silhouettes, a tailored coat, a looser trouser, a structured knit polo. You might be surprised by what works. Maybe you've always worn straight-leg jeans, but a tapered fit gives your look a sleek upgrade without compromising comfort. Or perhaps textured fabrics, like corduroy, wool blends, or linen, can add a richness that elevates the everyday. Men's fashion thrives on these subtle shifts. And yes, elegance lives in those details. Think of your wardrobe as a toolkit. Each piece should serve your lifestyle while expressing your personality. If you're retired and traveling more, opt for lightweight, versatile layers. If you're still closing deals, lean into modern suiting with soft shoulders and a perfect fit. Add in a signature. Maybe it's a favorite color, a scent, or a pair of glasses that people start to associate with you. For men over 50, a signature style doesn't shout, it speaks with quiet authority. And don't underestimate the power of editing. Sometimes finding your style is more about what you remove than what you add. If you've got clothes you haven't worn in years, donate them and make space for items that reflect who you are now, not who you were a decade ago. Style is a living, evolving thing. And as life changes, so should your wardrobe. Take inventory. Keep only what fits well, feels good, and tells your story. Here's where it gets interesting. Once you start seeing your closet as a reflection of your identity, every outfit becomes a statement. Not of status, but of substance. It's no longer about dressing up, it's about dressing true. And when that happens, something powerful starts to rise beneath the surface. The confidence boost. There's something magnetic about a man who knows who he is and isn't afraid to show it. That's what style is really about, not the price tags or the designer labels, but the energy you carry when you walk into a room. For men over 50, elegance becomes a kind of quiet power. When you wear clothes that fit well and reflect your essence, people notice. And more importantly, you notice. The mirror stops being the enemy and starts becoming a reminder of how far you've come. Confidence doesn't show up all at once. It builds. First with that sport coat that makes your shoulders look broader. Then with the boots that change your posture. Suddenly, you're standing straighter, speaking clearer, and smiling more. Men's fashion becomes a vehicle for something bigger, a renewed sense of presence. That's why dressing well matters. It's not vanity. It's self-respect. It's saying, I value myself enough to show up as the best version of me. What happens next is even better. People respond. Compliments start landing differently. Strangers hold eye contact longer. Friends notice something's changed. And you know what? They're right. Because something has shifted. When men over 50 start taking control of their appearance, they often rediscover a part of themselves that got buried under decades of routine. That old edge? That spark? It comes roaring back, and it's dressed to impress. But the real win isn't in the outside reactions, it's in the inner shift. The part of you that once questioned if it was too late to care about style now realizes it's only just beginning. You feel more grounded, more aligned, more you. Fashion stops being intimidating and starts becoming a tool for empowerment. And the best part? You don't need to follow anyone's script. This journey is yours to write, one outfit at a time. So if your reflection is starting to look like the man you always knew you could be, lean into that. That's your cue. Because the real reward of embracing men's fashion over 50 isn't just looking good, it's feeling unstoppable. Now the ball's in your court. You've just unlocked a new way of seeing yourself, not as a man who's fading out of relevance, but as one who's stepping into a whole new era of style, confidence, and presence. So here's the question, are you going to keep hiding behind the same tired routine, or are you ready to show the world exactly what elegance looks like on a man over 50? What's holding you back from making that small change, that sharper blazer, that better fit, that bolder mindset? Have you ever wondered how different your days would feel if you dressed not out of habit, but with purpose? If this message hit you where you live, good. That means something needs to shift. And now you know exactly how to begin. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What part of this resonated most with you? What change are you ready to make in your style starting today? Let's build a space where men over 50 lift each other up, not fade quietly into the background. You've got more to offer than most people realize. It's time they saw it, and you felt it. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Because this is just the beginning. We've got so much more to talk about, and you don't want to miss what's coming next.